I can make you beautiful, forever. All I ask is a small price, a spirit whispered. What if you could have the hair of your dreams? The perfect curls, the most luxurious length, the exact color you saw in a magazine? What if a single strand could make you irresistible? But what if every wig came with a ghost attached? What if the beauty you wore was borrowed from someone who never got to wear it again? This is not a story about fashion. This is a story about a predatory bargain. A tale of a woman who traded the souls of her customers for beauty, and discovered that the most beautiful facades often hide the most grotesque hungers. In a bustling market in Harare, there was a small, struggling hair salon run by a woman named Furaha. Her name meant joy, but Furaha knew little of it. Her salon was outdated, her wigs and weaves were cheap and synthetic. She watched her customers walk past her shop to the glitzy competitors, their heads adorned with luxurious, flowing hair. Furaha's own hair was thin and brittle, a source of deep, personal shame. Her desire was not just for success, but for validation. To be seen as a queen of beauty. To have women look at her with envy, not pity. Her aunt, Bahati, a woman who traded in traditional herbs and common sense, warned her. Furaha, beauty that comes too easily is like a mushroom that grows after a storm. It is often poisonous. Be content. Build your business slowly, with honest work. But Furaha was tired of being content. She was desperate. One evening, as she dumped her shop's trash by the nearby river, she wept in frustration. I would give anything, she whispered to the dark, flowing water. Anything to have the most beautiful hair in the world. To make my salon famous. The water before her began to bubble. A figure emerged, a woman made of shimmering water and river weeds, with hair that flowed like liquid obsidian. It was the Mami Washu, the river spirit. I have heard your cry, little one, the spirit sang, her voice the sound of a babbling brook and a drowning victim's last gurgle. I can give you what you desire. Hair so real, so vibrant, it will make you a legend. I will give you the seeds. The spirit opened her hand. In her palm were small, dark, glistening seeds that looked like waterlogged beans. Plant these by the riverbank at the full moon, the spirit instructed. Water them with your tears of desire. They will grow overnight. You may harvest the hair that sprouts. It will be perfect. It will be magical. And the price? Furaha asked, her heart pounding with a mixture of terror and excitement. The spirit's watery smile was wide and cold. The hair must be fed. It craves life. A spark. A soul. The first time one of your customers wears one of my wigs, it will bind to them. It will make them feel more beautiful, more confident than they ever have. But with each passing moon, the wig will drain their vitality, their memories, their very essence, until there is nothing left but a beautiful shell. And I get to keep the souls. Do we have an agreement? Furaha, her eyes fixed on the vision of her own success, her mind clouded by envy, nodded. We have an agreement. Furaha did as she was told. The seeds grew into strange, fleshy plants that sprouted thick, gorgeous hair in every texture and color imaginable. She crafted them into wigs. She called her new line Mami Washu's Locks. The effect was instantaneous and miraculous. This was the rhythm of joy. The initial, miraculous benefit. Her first customer, a shy bank teller named Zola, bought a jet-black, bone-straight wig. The next day, she came back, her posture transformed, her eyes shining. Furaha. I got a promotion. The manager said he'd never seen anyone with such presence. The word spread. Women from all over the city flocked to Furaha's salon. A politician's wife wore a fiery red wig and found her husband suddenly attentive and devoted. A fading actress wore a golden blonde one and landed her biggest role in years. Furaha was rich. She was respected. She was the beauty guru she had always wanted to be. She even wore a mommy washu wig herself, a cascading, curly masterpiece that made her feel invincible. But the consequences began to creep in. Zola, the bank teller, returned a month later. She was still beautiful, but her eyes were hollow. She moved slowly, as if in a dream. She couldn't remember her own birthday. I just feel tired, she whispered, adjusting her perfect wig. Then, the actress was found in her dressing room, staring blankly at a wall. She was still stunning, but she couldn't remember her lines, her name, or the director. She just kept stroking her hair, a vacant smile on her face. Her soul had been hollowed out, leaving a beautiful, empty doll. The horror escalated. Furaha started having nightmares of the river, filled with the silent, screaming faces of her customers, their souls trapped in the murky depths, their hair flowing like water weeds. She tried to stop. She closed her shop for a week. But the mommy washu appeared to her in a basin of water, her voice a furious roar. The bargain is struck. You will continue. Or I will take your soul to complete the ones you owe me. Terrified, Furaha reopened. She was a prisoner of her own success. Each sale felt like a murder. She was no longer a beautician, she was a soul broker. The wigs in her shop seemed to watch her, their strands whispering to one another, waiting for their next victim. The breaking point came when her own niece, Imani, a vibrant, intelligent university student, came into the shop. Auntie, your wigs are all everyone is talking about. I have a big presentation. I need one. I want the one you're wearing. Furaha looked at Imani's bright, hopeful eyes and saw the hollow shells of Zola and the actress. She couldn't do it. She finally understood the true cost of her vanity. She ripped the gorgeous wig from her own head, revealing her own thin, brittle hair. No. Get out, Imani. They are cursed. They steal your soul. That night, she went to the river, the source of her damnation. Mommy washu, she screamed. I break our bargain. I will sell no more. The river erupted. The spirit rose, taller and more terrible than before, her form now bloated with the stolen souls she had collected. They writhed within her, their silent screams giving her power. You cannot break what is sealed in souls, she thundered. You owe me a debt. If you will not provide more souls, then I will take yours. And your niece's. 2 final, delicious morsels. The spirit reached for her with a watery claw. In that moment, Furaha saw the faces in the water, her customers, trapped forever. She saw the path of destruction her vanity had carved. And she knew what she had to do. She didn't fight the spirit. She didn't beg. Instead, she took a pair of shears from her pocket. And she began to cut. Not at the spirit, but at her own prized possession. the remaining mommy washu wigs she had brought with her. She hacked at them, screaming her apologies to the trapped souls, her tears of true remorse mingling with the river water. As each wig was destroyed, a soul was released from the water, a shimmering light flying up into the night sky. The mommy washu shrieked in agony, her form shrinking with each release. Enraged and weakened, the spirit made one final lunge for Furaha. But Furaha stood her ground, holding up the shears. "You can have my life," Furaha said, her voice steady for the first time. "But you cannot have my soul. And you will never have my niece's." With a final, defeated hiss, the mommy washu dissolved back into the river. Furaha was never the same. Her salon was gone. Her beauty was gone. She was just a woman with thin hair and a heart heavy with guilt. She went to work with her Aunt Bahati, learning the slow, honest work of healing with herbs. The women who had worn the wigs never fully recovered. They walked through life as beautiful, quiet ghosts, pieces of them forever missing. Furaha had learned the hardest lesson of all, that the most dangerous beauty is the kind that is not grown, but taken. And that no amount of external perfection is worth a single spark of the soul within. So the next time you are tempted by a shortcut to beauty, by a promise that seems too good to be true, ask yourself, what is the real cost? And are you prepared to pay with the very thing that makes you, you? What do you think? Was Furaha a villain who got a second chance, or was she a victim of her own desperation? Let me know in the comments below. Her story is a dark lesson for the age of instant gratification, that the things we crave most can become the chains that bind us, and that true beauty can never be woven from the suffering of others. Don't forget to subscribe to Safari of Tales and hit the bell icon so you never miss another journey into the heart of moral darkness. Until next time, may your beauty be your own.